Good morning. My name is Olumide Elo Grace. I am a learning and development professional. I work in a real estate firm, and today I'm going to be teaching us about what exactly is artificial intelligence, how it works. We'll forget about any big terminologies. Basically, get into what exactly is AI. um, like I said, we'll look at how AI works. We'll look at terminology, terms about AI, artificial intelligence that everybody should know about. Then we'll talk about how exactly do we get the best out of AI, basically through what I call effective prompting. Look at how to create a mini AI to do a specific task that we want to do. Then lastly, we'll look at how to make money with AI in Nigeria. Then if we have time, we'll also look at real life scenarios of people that are actually using AI to succeed the in their niche. Okay, so first things first, let's start with 5 facts about AI you should know about. Okay, so number one is that AI is as old as your grandparents. Now, the truth is, artificial intelligence did not just start yesterday. Artificial intelligence as is not it did not come about when Open AI brought ChatGPT, but artificial intelligence has been existing even way before our grandparents. Now, it exists basically as neural network. It traces back to the year 1950s. And in the 1950s, AI was known as neural network then. It's basically when a machine learns to do certain things, learns to do certain tasks by itself. Um, the machine creates what we call a connection. When that connection is created, it means that machine has actually picked how to do that. Now, the truth is, how do you think our phone cameras learn how to recognize faces? How do you think that when I set a camera today, if I have a bank app and the bank app can actually recognize, can actually tell, even if I'm without makeup and all of that, can actually tell that this is me, this is the same person. Now, the truth is, these cameras have with time evolved by learning ability to do or to be able to pick certain things. So AI did not just come about when ChatGPT came about, but AI has been existing even way longer than our grandparents. Number two, AI cannot feel or think. Now, if you go to your GPT and you tell your GPT, oh, today is my birthday, it will probably give you a message. Or you go ahead and tell it, oh, I'm not feeling fine. Then it constructs certain messages that makes it look like, oh, this AI actually cares for me, or this AI can feel, or this AI can actually think. Now, the truth is, AI cannot feel, it cannot think. Now, think of AI like a talking parrot. It has been trained, it has been programmed to act in a certain way, to act or to speak or like humans do, or to think like humans do. So AI is pre-trained. Does it think by itself? No. Does it feel by itself? No. Okay. Now, number three, we have AI makes stuff up. Yes, artificial intelligence would not tell you when it does not know certain answers wrong. Rather, it would make stuff up. So that's why it is very, very important that when you're using AI for certain things, you don't use AI for things like your research, for instance. Of course, there are certain AIs that can be used for that. So we'll talk about that later. Terminology of AI making stuff up. We call that phenomenon AI hallucination. So the AI will not tell you that it does not know certain things, rather it will make stuff up. And number four, we have AI can sound racist or sexist. Remember I said that this machine has been pre-trained to think, to act in a certain way. Now, because it has been pre-trained to think and act in a certain way, it could sound racist. Now, if a machine, if the AI machine is trained with a data that is sexist or data that is racist, that machine would sound sexist or sound racist. So the AI will respond based on the data that it is pre-trained with. Okay, and lastly, AI has incredible potentials. Now, beyond its limitations, AI has been seen to have incredible potential. So most African countries have incorporated AI into their system. For instance, in medicine, AI has been known to discover cancer cell faster than any machine, any doctor would. AI can serve as a personal tutor. It can actually teach you coding from beginning to end. So it has incredible potential with AI. And today we want to look at how can AI actually help me make money in Nigeria. So before we continue, I want you to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be reminded each time I come up with new content. It has been a buzzword for a while now. So what exactly is AI? What exactly is AI? So AI refers to the stimulation of human intelligence in machine programmed to think like humans or mimic the actions of humans. So when you teach a machine to behave in certain ways that a human will, then you have actually created what we call artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's programmed in such a way that it works like the human mind does. You teach the AI certain things, you teach it how to solve certain problems, and in turn it helps you solve those problems. So how exactly does artificial intelligence work? First, the AI is pre-trained with a certain amount of data. So the AI is trained with a huge amount of data. It's trained to do whatever task you want it to do. Next, the AI learns through what we call neural network. I tried to explain that earlier. So what exactly is neural network? Neural network basically has to do that. The human brain is very beautiful. Okay, and then the the aspect of the human brain, our seat of intelligence is actually our cerebrum. Now, um, let's take it down. How do humans learn stuff, or how do we learn things? Now our brain is made up of our working memory, which is the hippocampus, and the neurocortex. Now the neurocortex has to do with our subconscious. Now when you learn something new, it first stays in the working memory. Now, with time, when you engage that thing, that information moves from the working memory to the subconscious, where the information stays for you to bring it back. That's when you engage. Now, but many people learn stuff and they cannot remember those things much later simply because the information did not move from the working memory to the neurocortex, which is the subconscious. So neural network works in such a way that if I learn something new today, it is stored in the it is stored in what we call a neural network. Like it is stored in the AI stores that information. Now, if the AI comes across a new information that fits directly to the previous information, or that in a way connects to the previous information, so it links. There's a linkage between this information with the new information it is learning now. So let me use the example of a child. When you send your little child to school, the child starts by learning A, B, C, D. Now, with time, the child starts to know that, oh, A is for apple, B is for boy, and all of that. Now, the child, the brain of that child first um, learns letters. And when it's time to learn that A is for apple, the child brings the information he has learned previously that A is a letter. So it picks that A and learn something new today that, oh, this alphabet A can actually stand for what? For a letter that starts with A, which is apple. Now with time, the children also learns to do what? Learns to make sentences. Oh, I want a ball. So each of those letters, what is happening is that the child is connecting new information with what the previous information. So basically that's how artificial intelligence works. Or that is how we have what we have today. That is how the GPT was actually developed. That is how it came about. It did not just come about. There was a progression. There was a progression in technology. So machine starts to learn things, and today we have what we call the GTP, where a machine can actually the generative AI, sorry, where we have where a machine can actually come up with new original content. So what is happening is that the machine is actually learning, and the future potential that artificial intelligence has, we do not know. Like it's really good. If at this point in time AI can actually do this, we don't know. Maybe tomorrow we would have an AI that looks at you and scans you and can actually tell what is wrong with you. So it's really good. Now, lastly, we have what we call deep learning. Now, today AI work also by what we call deep learning. What is deep learning? The ability for um these machines machines now, yeah, to understand complex information, and ability for you to be able to create what we call a pattern in data, right? It learns a rich information. Now let's take for example, if for instance I am looking for information on emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence can relate to so many aspects. There is emotional intelligence for real estate professionals. There is emotional intelligence for a working mom. There is emotional intelligence for a salesperson. Like, there are different angles you can actually for a customer representative. Now, if for instance I'm just looking for information on emotional intelligence, if it's that generic and I don't the AI does not know specifically what you want, it will just bring out something really generic. Now, but if I tell the AI I want emotional information on emotional intelligence about for customer service representative, you see that the response is channeled towards customer service representative. If I want for that of a real estate salesperson, it's the information is channeled towards a real estate salesperson. So basically, how this works is that it's the AI has learned to do or to analyze and understand complex data to be able to actually channel an information in context to suit the set of people that context and that particular content relates to. So that's how GPT came about. Um, First of all, the machine was pre-trained. Next, it was able to identify patterns, was able to learn or get new information from previous information. And lastly, it was able to understand this complex data and create what we call patterns in data. And it's able to give us what we call content that relates to a specific context. All right. So next, let's look at 10 artificial intelligence technologies. So I picked 10 of them that you should know about. The first one I have here is AI generated content. What are AI generated content? If I make a write-up with the help of AI, if I use AI to create a write-up, for instance, I have that write-up is called an AI generated content. Okay, now beyond write-up, if AI assisted me in creating um, my contents and all of that, my curriculums and all of that. That particular content is of AI generated content. Okay. Next, we have AI hallucination. I've talked a little bit about this earlier. So when AI does not know stuff, or if AI is not knowledgeable about certain things, it can make stuff up. Sometimes it can give you information that are not accurate. So that phenomenon of AI doing that is called AI hallucination. Next, I have what we call the black box. What is black box? Black box basically is when an AI gives you an information and it cannot explain how it arrives at that information, we call that black box, right? So ability for AI to give you an information, yeah, it gives you the information may be correct or not correct, but if it cannot explain, if it cannot give you resource and all of that of how it arrived at that answer, that technology is called black box. So we have the opposite of black box, which is what explainable AI. What is the explainable AI? An AI gives you a response, and you prompted the AI, it gives you a response, and it actually goes ahead a step further to explain how it arrives at that answer. So that phenomenon is called explainable AI. Then we have what we call the deep fake. If I create a certain content of things that did not exist, things that never happened in real life. Now we've seen situations, or we've seen videos, we've seen some contents that are out there of things that did not really happen in real life. Maybe an image of, or a video of, for instance, the president of Nigeria today is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see him dancing in a certain way. You see him making certain speeches that never really happened. So that phenomenon, we call that what we call deep fake. Okay. Next, I have the AI assisted audio impression. Now, this is basically if I come up with audios using the help of AI, right? If AI help me to come up with, let's say, an audio, um, we've seen apps today where you can sing with your normal voice and the app would create beats and all of that inside your voice and making it look like, oh, you went to the studio or something like that. So that phenomenon is what we call AI assisted audio impression. Yeah. So yeah. So next is what we call deep learning. I've explained deep learning before now. Deep learning is basically ability of AI to analyze a huge amount of data and come up with patterns from those data. So that is what we call deep learning. So I talked about explainable AI. So generative AI, what is generative AI? It is a buzzword today. It is everywhere today. So I would explain more about generative AI. It's basically the ability for AI to come up with new original contents, like contents that are original. So that is what we call generative AI. But we'll talk very much about generative AI later. Next, I have what I call machine learning. Machine learning basically involves the ability to do what, to train an AI, the ability to give an AI data to do what, to analyze, to feeding AI the data to do what, to analyze, to learn, to create patterns and all of that. And lastly, I have what I call responsible AI. So we are all admonished to actually, in as much as in this in the world of artificial intelligence, a lot of things are going on out there, and we enjoin people to learn to use artificial intelligence responsibly. So we want you to use, in as much as it has incredible potential. We've seen people do a lot of harm with AI as well, spread fake news, bring out things that did not really exist, all with the intent to be malicious, to do people, to scam people and all of that. So we are admonished to be, use AI responsibly. Okay. So moving on, we're going to look at what exactly is generative AI. Now, generative AI, before now, machines has been trained to, we input data in machine and we expect it to give us back what we have imputed in machine. Now, but in today's world, with the event, with the introduction of what we call generative AI, so it is a part of AI that takes in a lot of information about something, then it uses that information to create new contents that is similar to the original, right? But it is not the original content. So let's say, for instance, an AI learns a lot. You train an AI a lot about emotional intelligence, and when you want to, you are let's say, for instance, you are a psychologist or you are an emotional intelligence coach and all of that, and you basically, your life work is emotional intelligence. Now that AI helps you to come up with content, helps you to come up with things in context to emotional intelligence. That each time you ask it question or you prompt it about emotional intelligence, it doesn't come up with anything, Jerry. It comes up with the same, it doesn't come up with the same content. It comes up with different original content from different contexts, right? So this is the beauty of generative AI. So it has the ability to interact with us in human language. Let's say, for instance, generative AI is like having Albert Einstein in your basement, in your sitting room, um, having him as a genie, right? Where you can always go to ask him stuff. You can always go to ask him when you are hungry, you don't know what to eat. You can ask him for suggestions, and he could be your coach, he could be your teacher, he could be your sales app. It could be anything you want it to be. It could be you could make him it could talk to you in humor. It could just be a listener to you. So generative AI, that's the beauty of the large language models that we have today, the likes of Llama and ChatGPT and Gemini, the ability for these machines to be able to interact with us in our language and bring certain things to context to us. Okay, so before we continue, I want us to do a very simple activity. All right. So if you check my screen right now, I have two truths and one lie. Okay. So um, I want to see who can identify the truths. Which one is the truth? So just drop in the comment section. Oh, this is the truth. Two are lies, but this is the truth. So all right. Moving forward. Now we've talked about what exactly is AI. We've talked about technologies of AI. Now, how exactly do you unlock the potential that is within AI? How exactly do you, how do you unlock the potential that AI has? We unlock the potential within AI through what is called prompting. Through prompting, and prompting is the process of providing an AI with a context or a clue that guides its response or action. Okay, so providing an AI with a context or a clue that would guide its response or its action. Now, how does this work? I prompt, first of all, I give the AI the context around what I want. Then I input my crafting. Then the AI processes what I have prompted and gives me an output. So we would look um, at that further. So how exactly can I apply prompting? You apply prompting when you want to get certain information you have stored within the AI or certain conversations you have had with the AI before. You can actually craft a prompt to retrieve certain informations or data that you know that this machine has. Okay, you could also apply prompting as a creative person. You can apply also, you can prompt by doing that, creating content like art, music, writings. You can come up with your blog post and all of that. You can use generative AI with a good understanding on prompting to do that. Next, you could problem solving. So AI can actually guide you in solving certain problems. So we have things like technical, mathematical problems, logical problems. The AI can guide you to solving these problems. So like I said, it has a huge potential. Okay, now we have what we call decision support. Now we have AIs that helps to analyze data and provide decision making support. Okay, so an AI can help you analyze, it can analyze data, help you create patterns so that you can actually see clearly from the patterns from the graph that the AI provided for you to know, okay, this is what is happening here, this is where we are now, or if this is happening like this is the progression this graph is taking, it means in the future this is where we are going too. So the AI can do all of that for you. Okay, so how can we write effective prompts? How exactly can we prompt effectively? So number one, you have to be clear and specific. When you are prompting, state it clearly. What exactly do you want the AI to do or to give you? If you do not state clearly, if you don't, like I said you have to put things in context. If you don't do that, it will give you a generic answer, an answer that you cannot use. And what you want is something that you can use. So if you want something you can use, you have to do what? You have to be clear, you have to be what? Specific. So number two, you need to understand the AI capability. Now, if an AI is not suitable for generating images and you use it for images, you will not get the best out of that AI. An AI that is suited as a writing AI, like there are AIs, for instance, that you can write novels from. Now, if you go and use an AI that's a general purpose AI for novels, you might not get a very good novel from that AI. So understand what this AI capability is and then tailor your prompts based on what the AI is designed to do. Now, number two, use open-ended questions wisely. Right? If you are asking an open-ended question, you don't want it to give you a broad generic answer. So you have to learn to lead it. So you can lead from a broad to a more creative response. Right? So yeah. Next, I have use follow-up prompt. So an AI might give me a draft for a book. Now with follow-up prompts, I can actually do what? Fill that book, that ebook with what? With contents. So use follow-up prompts. These are really some ways that can help you prompt effectively. I have what I call the 6 building blocks of a good prompt. The six, it's my own ingredient for creating a good prompt, for prompting an AI. And a good prompt should contain at least 4 of these my ingredients. Number one, I have tax. So if you are prompting, start with a tax. Create, tabulate, and generate. Use a specific verb. Now, remember, a verb is what? An action or a doing word. So you want to use a specific verb. You want the AI to know specifically what you want it to do for you. So now, context. Provide a background information. Context basically has to do with this is what I'm doing. So if this is what I'm doing, it means this, whatever your response is, it should help me solve, or it should help me do what I am doing better. So give it a necessary background. Oh, I am currently preparing for a speech, or I am currently preparing for a lecture. So these are contexts, so that the AI will give you things in context. When I talked about the emotional intelligence thing, so if I want an AI to actually give me content for an emotional intelligence class, I need to tell the AI, oh, I'm speaking to drivers, or I'm speaking to um, young, like children. If I want to teach children, or I'm speaking to teenagers. So it would help me craft the write-up or its response to suit the audience that I am speaking to. So a context basically is telling the AI what exactly you are doing, or what exactly you want to use the information that it's helping you with to achieve. Now, next I have example. Example basically is, if you have, for instance, you want to give a report, and your report has you have an example or a document, right, that you want the AI, or I want you to answer like this, or I want you to sound like this. If you have an example, you can, for instance, ask an AI that you want to sound like Roberti Kiyosaki. That's an example. Oh, I'm giving a speech. I want to sound like Steve Jobs, sorry, in my speech. So these are what examples. So So next I have what I call the personnel. So personnel basically is asking the AI to take on a role, right? So you could ask the AI to act like certain people, um, take on the role of a coach, take on the role of an established screenwriter to write my script for me, take on the role of a storyteller, take on the role of, so you can asking the AI to take on a role or to act like certain people is what we call persona. Okay, so next I have formats. Okay, let's say I'm doing a report, right? And in my organization, we have a certain format we use in delivering our reports. I could just upload that format and tell the AI, please respond to me or create whatever you're creating in this format, right? So you can do that, or you're giving an essay, or you want it to just list. You don't want so much words right off. You just want it to list the points for you. So it's very, very important to tell the AI how you want the output to be like. Okay, or you want it to be in the form of a table. So it's really important. Lastly, I have here in my ingredients, in my 6 ingredients is tone. Okay, so what tone do you want to take? Do you want to, if for instance I am talking to my boss, I want to sound professional. I do not want to sound casual. So it's important to tell the AI how you want, the tone you want its response to take. Okay, it's really, really important to tell the AI, oh, I want you to sound emotional. Let's say I'm writing a blog post and I want to get people to do certain things. Oh, I want to evoke desire. So it's important to tell the AI the tone you want it to take in its response in order to guide its response. So I want us to go ahead and practice prompting. The difference between a generic prompt and a good prompt. The ingredients. So I want us to use all of these ingredients in practice to know, oh, this is how to prompt effectively. So let's practice that. Hello, so in this class, I'm going to be teaching you practically how to prompt effectively. So we're going to be examining both a good prompt and a bad prompt. So let's say, for instance, I'm a salesperson and I want to sell a piece of land. So I could ask ChatGPT how to sell land, right? So, so it says, know what you own, figure out figures, get the land ready, pick what you want to. For this may be a little bit generic for me, so it may not be specifically what so I could go ahead and say I want, or I would say I work with a real estate company. I've given this prompt a context that specializes in selling lands in developing area. Act as an established real estate advisor and give me 5 tips to convince my customer, a banker, to buy from me. So this has given the prompt more context. So the AI knows exactly what you want to use the output for, and it will channel its response in a format or in a way that it will help you achieve your goal. Okay, so you can see its advantage. So you can see that this prompt now is way better than the first prompt that just talks about how to sell land. So when you want to prompt, you want to make sure that, well, you're prompting effectively. Your prompt is very, very effective, not just generic. So let's practice. All right, so let's go ahead and practice more on how to prompt effectively. So let's say for someone that wants to use ChatGPT to come up with their resume. So I could say, write me a CV. So you can see skills, and this may not necessarily be my skills,
and all of that. So it would basically just give you what, something generic that you may have to do what, go ahead and work more in order to get a good response. But if I go ahead and write a professional CV summary for a fresh graduate who studied computer science and has skill in Python, so I'm giving it more information in order to get a better output for me. So in this case, you can see, wow, you can go ahead and see that the AI is coming up with what, with a CV summary, right? So giving it what, a better output. So yeah, you can see that I have a professional summary. So you want to get the best out of AI, you need to know how to prompt effectively. So we are going to go ahead and practice, do one more practice on um, prompting effectively. So bad prompt, I could say explain AI. Okay. So when I say explain AI, it says AI stands for artificial intelligence. It's like teaching a computer to think. So this is, you can see that it's really, really short and what, and simple. So next I could say explain AI. Explain what AI is to a 10-year-old using simple languages, simple everyday language to avoid jargon. So I want to go ahead and do something that we've not done before. I want to tell it to tabulate the response. And I want you to remember I said to a 10-year-old. So in a way, I've already told it its audience. So I could also go ahead and tell it to use a simple language that a simple language for a third grader. Okay, so this would make it understand that, oh, I want it to explain it in a very simple language. And remember I said tabulate your response. So can you see what I have? What is AI? Explanation. How does it work? Can you see explanation? Everyday examples. So a third grader would actually understand this. So it is really, really important that when you are prompting, you use a language, you actually prompt what, effectively. And I've given you my ingredients for effective prompting.
So welcome back. I hope you learned a lot from that class. You learned how to prompt effectively. So now we're going to build our own mini AI. Now, sorry, we want to build an AI that detects mood, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this with Microsoft Leap. So stay with me as we continue. Wow, we have learned a lot. I don't know about you, but I've been really, really excited going through this journey with you. So I want to know if you're up for the challenge because very quickly we're going to be taking just a mini challenge to know if everything you've been learning in the class so far you've been able to you actually know it. So yeah, let's let's take the challenge. So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that challenge. How many did you get out of the 4 questions? Okay, so if you're able to get all of them, big kudos to you. It means you've been following everything you've been learning in this class since we started the class. So we've gotten to the highlights of today's class. How exactly do I make money with AI in Nigeria? How to make money with AI in Nigeria? Number one, you could be a CV doctor. I use the word CV doctor. You could rebrand and call it whatever you like. But I use the word CV doctor here. Yeah, you could actually use AI like ChatGPT and Canva to create professional CVs. Now, first things first, you need to train the AI to know certain informations about you. So when you're prompting, you need to tell the AI, oh, this is who I am, this is what I do, and all of that, so that you know specific areas, you know the job you're applying for, and you know key areas that you want the AI to help you highlight in your job. Then there are certain keywords also that the ATS would pick when it's screening through certain CVs. So you want to ensure that your CV also carries those keywords. All right. So first things first, you train the AI to know basically information about the person. If you are creating CV for yourself, about you, for the person, you have to, when in your prompt, you would state it there that okay, this person is this person is this person has this experience, this experience, this experience, and then the keywords you want to the AI to also highlight in the CV. You would also state it there that oh, this person wants to get a marketing job, so use keywords that is specific to the marketing industry. So basically, yeah, you could help, and it will come up with a beautiful resume for you within seconds. Okay, so when it comes up with that for you, now you head on to Canva, right? So in Canva, you can actually, so I have a link in the description of this video where you could chat me up to get my Canva Pro. So I have Canva Pro at a token. All right, so go chat me up to get my Canva Pro. So in Canva has a huge amount of templates for professional CVs. So all you just need to do is edit. You pick someone's professional CV, then you edit it to suit the person you're creating CVs or cover letter for. When you do that very beautifully, you can actually do it. You can actually charge the person between 2K to 5K per CV. So you can make money from that. Now there is also an AI that helps people optimize LinkedIn profile. So you could go for that AI as well. That the AI is career flow. So if you have career flow extension installed on your PC, it would actually give you suggestions on ways you can optimize your LinkedIn profile. So you could, like I said, be a CV doctor, be a personal branding doctor, and help people to do that and charge them money for that. So that's one way you can make money with the use of AI. So another way you can make money with the use of AI is becoming an ebook boss. Okay, so you can use AI to write and design short ebooks, storybooks on trending topics, right? So you could come up with ebook, come up with stories that has to do with Odogo. Do you understand? You could come up with images like little image cartoons and all of that, and package them into an ebook format, or have a blog where you drop those stories and people, you charge people to a subscription fee to read your blog, or you charge people a token to actually get your book. So if you do that, oh, charge like 500 per month, eh? Subscription fee. 500 is chicken change, and if people know that, oh, when they want to get original content like beautiful stories and all of that, that's because Nigerians love stories, so they would definitely go to your blog to do that. So yeah, you can make by becoming an ebook boss. So you could also create these ebooks and sell them on WhatsApp. You can sell them on Seller. You can sell them on Amazon. So this is this is a big business here in Nigeria, and it's an opportunity for you to make money for yourself. Another one is content club. Okay. Number three way you can make money with AI is by becoming a content blog. So you can generate contents with AI. You can plan your, as long as you have the right knowledge. Now, I tell my students that if you want to use AI and you don't have certain information, the AI will only show how ignorant you are. But if you have certain information, for instance, I have the right knowledge on being a good social media content creator. So I have the knowledge. I can actually use AI to do what? To create this content very fast and very seamless. Because areas where I brainstorm, I could actually use AI to do it, to brainstorm, and I get my content faster. And since I deliver premium content, businesses to do it will pay me to do it, to manage or to create contents for them. So you could be a content blog, you could be a social media um, manager for setting and use AI to create your content. Okay, so um, number four, the fourth way you can make money is being a ghostwriter for people. I already talked about blogs. Now there are people that need help with social media captions, right? Captions that sell. If you have knowledge on that, if you don't have, you can go and research, like get the relevant information about that. And with your knowledge of AI now, you can marry the two together, and you're helping people write stuff. You're helping people write blogs. You write blogs and people do not know that it is AI that actually helped you in writing. So like I said, but you need some relevant knowledge that when you marry the two together with AI, you are doing excellent. Okay, so um you do that and you can actually do it. Go straight for people, charge them between 10K to 150K depending on how long the project is. So if it's a long project, you can charge 150, 200K because they are going to make money from your content and you are not the one that did all the work. AI actually assisted you. So, but like I said, for you to be beautiful, for you to be the best in all of this field, you need some basic knowledge about this thing. If you just want to sit down and say, oh, AI will help me do everything, the truth is you won't even know the right prompts. What exactly makes up a beautiful content? What exactly makes up a beautiful social media calendar? What exactly, if you have that basic knowledge, you can now use AI and say, okay, based on this, give me this. But if you don't have that knowledge, then you will struggle. So it is important to seek the relevant knowledge. So to make money in Nigeria, I have become a flyer genie. Okay, so like I said, these are just my caption. You can rebrand and give it a name. So you could use AI to create beautiful flyers, like beautiful flyers for events, flyers for businesses, flyers for churches, flyers for schools, right? And the truth is, for every business person, the most important thing is consistency. How consistent are you in doing this thing? How consistent are you in showing yourself, in putting yourself before clients to know that, okay, this is what I do by my market. Okay, so you can use AI and Canva to come up with beautiful flyers, rebrand, and you could sell each job you do for them. You could design and create flyers. If I'm charging like 5K per flyer and I do five every week, that's like 25K every week. And a flyer would not cost you up to 30 to 1 hour, right, to design. So like I said, I have Canva Pro for a token. So with a little token, I can actually do a share my Canva Pro with you. So you could chat me up or send me a message with a link at the description of this video. So number five, I have become a research rescuer. So many students need help with their assignments, with their projects in school. And the truth is, I talked about that AI can hallucinate, but there are certain AIs that, explainable AIs that would give you a response and actually give you resource. So from the resource, you can actually go through those resources and um, have what we call a good reference for certain informations you give in their research. So AI, you can help businesses perform market research. Just look for something that out of all of this, look for something that really speaks to you. You believe that, oh, I can actually do this, and research on it, like get more information on it, and so you can write assignments. So there are many lazy students in university that need help with their assignment. Let them come to you. Charge them to do these assignments for you. Charge them to do the reports for you. Charge them to do their projects, to do their presentation, their seminar present, their PowerPoint slides and all of that. You can do, and with the help of AI, Perplexity AI, for instance, is a very good research tool. You can use Perplexity AI and it will give you resource forward for every response that it gives to you. For every output that it brings out, it gives you a resource. So you could actually look at those resources and see if they back up the answer that it has actually, the response that it has given to you. So it is really, really important. So we have these AIs that can help you um, make money. So you can be a research rescuer for people. Now, number 7 is you can actually be the email baller. What do I mean? Now, businesses send what they call email marketing, right? They do email marketing from time to time, right? And if you are someone that masters the art of crafting professional marketing emails and you have templates like that, you could package those templates and sell to these businesses. You could approach businesses and tell them that you want to handle their email marketing campaign for a certain duration, and tell them, oh, if I deliver, I want you to do certain things. So there is a lot of potential. And the truth is, you're not just creating these emails by yourself. You are using AI to help you to do what in your email creation. So the AI can come up with proposals for you, can come up with marketing messages for you. You can use AI to draft all of these things. And like I said, create a template. Create what we call a portfolio for yourself. Advertise yourself. Let people know that this is what I can do. Gain relevant proficiencies. Research on these things, and boom, you're making money as an email baller. Like I said, this is just my own word. You can rebrand and give it a name that you like. Then lastly, you can be a video script pro. So you can be a pro when it comes to writing scripts, video scripts, Instagram scripts, TikTok scripts, like many business, like people right now are into videos. Like they don't want to read stuffs anymore, but they want to watch it. Be the person, the go-to person for scripts, stories. Like you want to channel a story to suit certain businesses and companies that want to run ads for them. You could be their script writer. And the beautiful thing is you are not brainstorming the script ideas by yourself. With the proper prompt, you can actually do what, use AI to do all of that. Here you have it. I've given you 8 ways you can make money with AI in Nigeria. You can explore all of these ways. Like I said, the beautiful thing is prompting effectively, and we've done the prompting class. Okay, so I've taught us how to prompt effectively. So prompt effectively, ensure that you gain relevant knowledge. Like certain knowledge is important for what, for certain what task. So ensure that you get this knowledge. So when you get this knowledge, it could actually do what, go a long way in helping you in your in getting the right and the right response from the AI you are using. Okay, so I want to believe that we have learned a lot from this class. So this is Innovators Edge. At Innovators Edge, we empower people with skills that they can monetize, skills that can help them grow, skills that they can actually turn into money. So and one this video is one of the ways we are empowering Nigerians, empowering Africans to do, to go out there and make use of this tech. We're in the AI world, right? And then you can use AI to make money. So right now, AI does not have any copyright infringement from using an AI generated content to make money for yourself. So go ahead. Why not use it now to make that money for yourself? Okay, so I want to know in the comment section, how would you use the knowledge that you have learned? So what will you use it to do? Which of these businesses identify with you? So let's brainstorm. So then you could also give me ideas of topics. What exactly do you want to learn about? I drop videos once every week on topics. So what's the next lesson you want to learn about? Tell me, and I'm going to create a video on it and then for you next week. So yeah, before I go, I would like to talk about, I have a free resource, an AI starter guide. Now the AI starter guide would help you on your journey. So it's basically an ebook with certain information and AI that can help you start your journey in AI. So I also have my book, Mastering AI for Career Success. Okay, so we have different career paths. We have HR, we have accounting and all of that. And that book is very, very rich. You can learn how to create your own AI. You can learn how to rebrand, like basically all of these things are taught. You can learn how to prepare for interviews with AI, and also you can learn a lot of things from this book. And the book is just 5,000 naira. So inside the book I also created some like 5 other resources. We have the AI integrated checklist. I have personal branding. I have content creation, like things to guide you in your content creation. I also have prompting for social media, prompting for writing. So it's just a list of, it's a book where I wrote effective prompts. So you could just go there and copy a prompt, like I've already done the work for you. I've written effective prompts to do certain things, effective prompt for SEOs, effective prompt if I want to write a story, a LinkedIn story, and I want to build engagement. So effective prompt for each of these things. I've already created the prompts for you, and all of these are free if you get my book, Mastering AI for Career Success. So I hope you've learned a lot in this section. I look forward to seeing you going out there and actually making that money. So go back that money, go make that money. Thank you very much and see you next week. Bye bye.